Welcome to the Motown India show. We have here with us Mr. Sriprasad. He is the managing director for Volvo buses here in India, and we're going to ask him a few questions related to the buses and about the company. Welcome to the show, Mr. Prasad.
Thank you.
Mainly, you have sold around 6,000 odd buses in the last several years since you started operations.
That's right.
Are you happy with the progress?
Many of the times success should not be and cannot be measured on numbers alone. I think we are immensely pleased with our journey of the last 15 years and what we have achieved in terms of a lot of concept selling, in terms of changing mindsets, and in terms of introducing modernization to this country as far as passenger transportation goes.
Okay.
We pioneered many concepts and on safety, on luxury and all this. So on all those counts, I think we have had a very successful journey so far. Of course, we're never going to be happy with the numbers. We could have done better. We always could do better.
And you've just launched, in fact, 2 new buses. These are 2 new buses. Are they radically different from the existing ones? Are they offering a lot more comfort, a lot on the technology front?
These new coach range that we are launching in the bus world, as a product, if you take, then what's different from the earlier ones is these are Euro 4 compliant, which comes in effect from April 1st.
Okay.
So that is the first level. They have newer engines than what we had earlier, not just Euro 4 compliant, but we have moved from our earlier series of engines to newer engines. And we have worked on both the vehicles on delivering better value for customers. On product, we have looked at enhancing fuel efficiency on both the vehicles. So that's something which is going to be different and definitely beneficial to the customer. And also on the aftermarket side, we have looked at maintenance costs coming down drastically or significantly, let me put it. So this new range, the maintenance costs are also going to be significantly lower than the earlier Volvo buses. So this is on product and off product when it comes to aftermarket. We also are introducing a lot of features in these buses,
Okay,
which
good.
are, many of them are part of our standard specifications in Europe. But then we always have been bringing those and introducing in India to continuously look at how to modernize buses. So some of them are safety related, some of them are performance related. And in a way, physically when you see them, also the styling is a bit different. The front and rear, a bit of a styling is also changed.
Volvo, Mr. Sriprasad, is a very technologically advanced company. You know, you also have hybrids and e-hybrids and electric vehicles. Hybrids have been in operation in India in a small, very small way. What's been the feedback?
We sold our first 2 hybrids, or the first 2 hybrids ever in this country for any manufacturer, to Navi Mumbai, NMMT. They've been in operation from June. And the performance so far on the fuel efficiency has been extremely encouraging. We have had results of improvement or a reduction in fuel consumption by almost 33% consistent for these 2 vehicles.
Okay.
And besides that, we are very encouraged by the feedback of the passengers who say this is noiseless and there's no pollution and no noise. I think that's very encouraging. And slowly, I think as we develop as a society, as we mature as a society, I think this is what is going to make a big difference, more than fuel efficiency. A population becomes more and more environmentally conscious and then says, hey, I'm going to go support this because I'm not polluting the environment. So that's been very, very positive so far.
What really makes these vehicles tick? Is it just a customer being driven towards it, or a lot of hand-holding from the government? What are the parameters which set these kind of technologies in action?
See, public transport per se globally has always been subsidized and supported by the governments because it serves a larger purpose of city mobility and keeping the city as a better place to live. Otherwise, the roads would be flooded with personal vehicles if you don't have good public transport. So it is the duty of the government, and in every developed country where you have smart cities, governments have invested in good public transport or in smart transportation. So that is a given.
Okay.
But in terms of adapting and making it a success, we have other stakeholders who are the city corporations who run the buses and the traveling public who have to encourage it and make the switch in India from the personal vehicle to this. And that, I think, is for Volvo buses. We have enough studies by third parties to demonstrate clearly or to establish the fact that there are many commuters who earlier never traveled by a bus, but after the advent of Volvo in their routes have parked their two-wheelers and cars and moved to the public transport.
Okay, well, what about electric vehicles? I mean, is it too far-fetched an idea as of now? Is it going to take a lot of time? What's your view?
From a Volvo perspective, we already have our vehicles under piloting in Europe. We have in the city of Stockholm and in Gothenburg commercially vehicles flying, and they are turning out to be a phenomenal success. But having said that, I would say that we as Volvo would take our time before we rush into any market. And this is a new technology. We will take our time perfecting it, learning from it, before we go to any other market or before we go into a commercial sale. So from our own perspective, even for Europe, I think we are at least a year away from a commercial launch.
Okay, and just a couple of more questions. You have a driver trainings program here. How efficient has it been and how useful has it been for the drivers? Very briefly.
We were the first ones to have a driver training and certification scheme. In fact, we insist that we will not deliver a bus until at least 3 drivers per bus are trained and certified by us before sale of a bus. We make drivers, we bring in good drivers and we make them better. We are not here to teach basic driving.
Okay.
These are people who already have licenses and a very good experience of having driven commercial vehicles. We bring them in here, we work on their basic fundamentals which otherwise they wouldn't have learned or not an opportunity to learn, which is basically on their attitude. We give them a perspective that they're just not a driver but take responsibility for all the passengers to take them safely from point A to point B. Those are the things that we work on them, besides helping them understand the technology and how to use and leverage it. Because with higher technology, more power, you also have to have responsibility. So that's something which we impart on them. We have very rigorous testing for them at the end of the 5th day. And until they clear all the tests, both written and also practical on the vehicle demonstration, we do not certify them.
Percentage-wise, how many clear? Because all of them are drivers, you said. All of them have licenses.
Yeah, I would say 90% definitely clear.
Okay.
And for the 10%, if there are areas where we have seen shortcoming, we give them an opportunity to again come for a refresher course and submit for testing.
Okay.
So most of them clear it that.
Oh, that's good. One last question is, once upon a time there was just one Volvo which was very good. Now you have a few others coming in, foreign players. How do you feel competition is, changing the rules?
I don't know what rules will get changed, but I'm very happy that competition is coming. For 15 years we've been as a lone soldier furrowing in this country, doing missionary sort of work, trying to do conversion for customers from basic vehicles into modern vehicles. Now we are happy that we have somebody who will work with us and share our work there. I think the market potential is extremely large there, and it can take on many players. It's just that we have to work on first converting, educating people into the benefits of moving to a modern bus. And we are happy that our neighbors from Europe are here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much
and
for sparing your time. All the best, sir.
Thank you.